it's the TheTransviewer, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Dark of the Moon Deluxe class Roadbuster. Now, as you know, Roadbuster in the Dark of the Moon actual movie, the Michael Bay movie, he's not like this. He's the super weaponized, vehicle. And if you're like me, as I said in my Top Spin Cyberverse review, I really don't like the all weaponized mode. By weaponized, I don't mean like, a little tiny like mech-tech right here or something. I mean, like, it's all over the place. If you watch the movie, you know what I mean. It's like filled with it. And all the wreckers in the movie, Roadbuster, Leadfoot, Topspin, they're all really weaponized. They're like all over the place. I mean, I don't even know how to explain. There's all these Cybertronian like Gatling guns, and there's like these rifles and everything all over their bodies. If you watch the movie, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, well, I guess you can't find out. Unless you watch the movie, of course. But this is the NASCAR, just the NASCAR itself without the weaponized mode. I think it's really, really nice. And what it says, the description of Autobot Roadbuster on the box, it says that Roadbuster might be a little rough around the edges, but he's got it where it counts. For as long as any of them can remember, he and his partners have specialized in traveling the galaxy, kicking Decepticon tailpipe, and taking names. To them, Earth is just another battlefield. So really, he's like this ruthless warrior, right? And all the wreckers are just, to me, really like mean and like bad big boys that like you don't want to mess with them. That, you know what I mean? And this one is true. And in the only lines that Roadbuster ever got in the whole entire movie, he was mad. And he has like sort of like a Scottish accent, I think people call it. But that's him. So as you can see, this is his car mode. Really nice design. His mech-tech weapon is one of the better ones to me. Most of the time, the reason why, the first thing you'll notice when you get this is the size. Dark of the Moon Deluxe figures, the size are smaller because of the mech-tech weapon. Now, usually the mech-tech weapons have really, really bad paint apps, and so if you're gonna take the size away from our toy, at least give us a good-looking mech-tech weapon. And sometimes it's really bad, sometimes it's really good. This one is a good one. As you can see, it has the green that this car has, but also has that like shiny silver color that a lot of other toys have. And as you can see, there's really nice detail on there as well. Very symmetrical and everything. Now what it does is that on the box it says transforms from a blaster to a chainsaw or assault saw. And how you do that is you pull this back and boom, there's the assault saw. Now one problem I have with the assault saw is that this thing is really long, so I don't know if it's only mine or whatnot, but it's like that. And I'd rather have it like straight, but this one is a little bit down. That's the only problem I have with it. But otherwise, it's a really, really cool mech-tech weapon. And then now going into the car itself, NASCARs are supposed to be very simple vehicles. They're just really simple in paint and everything, and I think that this is a very nice, clean, fresh car. And it just represents NASCAR really, really well. And the color on here is also really good. I believe it's sort of like a pine green, like forest green with this white. As you can see, there's a lot of stickers on it, which is not really stickers, but you know what I mean. There's 88 amp energy. Over here, there's even the Sprint Cup, NASCAR Sprint Cup, amp energy again, National Guard, all those sponsors that it has. And there's a mech-tech port right over here, as you can see. You just plug it in and it's good to go. And this car actually looks good with its mech-tech weapons. Sometimes the car looks retarded with the mech-tech weapons, but this one looks cool. Now, as I said before, the deluxe figures for Dark of the Moon are smaller, and it's really noticeable with this product. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's still like a quite big thing, and it's a good size. I'm just saying that it's a little bit smaller. But overall, it's just a very nice design. As you can see, the front, the grille is not painted, it's just that mold white. But at least they paint the headlights. And there's a Chevy, you know. The back is really simple. And very nice. I mean, the rims even look like NASCAR rims. So, overall, I think it's really nice. There's this translucent piece all over the windows. And there's a racing mesh on the driver's side. No racing mesh on the passenger side, I guess you would call it. And on the bottom, the first time you look at it, it's very, it's just like a bunch of things. But after you learn how to transform it, then you start to say, oh, okay, it's just robot kibble. Because the first time you look at it, you don't know what anything is, so it's not robot kibble. You wouldn't think it is anyways. But that's the car. I'm really loving the design, really like the car, because of the overall, it's just like this nice, clean, fresh, you know, very solid painted car with this glossy finish. So, really liking it. Now, to transform it, before I transform it, I want to tell you about the transformation. The first time you transform it, you know, you're just following the manual, you're just being like, okay, well, this, okay. So you're kind of confused, you don't really know what's going on because it's the first time, all you're doing is following the manual. But then the second time you do it, you start to be like, oh, I'm getting the hang of it, and then it's starting to get fun. And then after the third time and more times, it's really fun. This is probably my like 20th time transforming it since I've got it. And don't get me wrong, I just got it like yesterday, so it's really fun to transform it after you get the hang of it. It's not hard at all. It's a level 2 intermediate transformation. So what you want to do first is you want to lift this part up. And over here, you see these two things. You flip these two up until it meets the tires. Or it can't really meet it, but you know, it's around there. And then you take out this whole entire side panel, or I guess you say his arm or his doors. And then you just take his feet out. You know, take his feet out. Because everyone takes their feet out. And then over here, I really like the design over here because it's not in any other transformer. As you can see, there's this like this thing, and you push it down, or at least that's how I do it. And then this part opens up, so then it's just like this now. So then this, you fold it in and fold it in again, and then as you can see, there's this joint over here that you go like this. You can turn, you spin it around, you pop his head up, and you turn his head around because it's always good to have your head the right way. As you can see, there's a peg over here and over here. That's where it connects. And, you know, put that there and then put his chest piece inward like that. And you bend his elbows, I guess. So that creates his arm. And there's another pegging mechanism. As you can see, there's these two holes, and you see these two round things on the bottom of over here. Very unique pegging system. You just peg it in there, works very nicely. And then you take these legs out, spin them like that, bend them a little bit. It's always good to bend your legs. Squats, you know what I'm saying? Get better like muscle on your legs, and then you get that like that. And then this is the most difficult part. First, you want to take these out, and then you want to lift these up. This is a difficult part because you need to get this over this, and you feel like you're gonna break it. So yeah, after you practice that more, it'll be easier to do. And you fold it out. In the picture of the box, it shows him like this. Now, I don't necessarily like this because it's more like a wingspan now, and it just looks very unorganized and everything to me. So I like to keep it more like a 45-degree-ish angle, and to me that looks really cool. So you just go like this, you know, fix everything up. Fix everything up. Zoom out if I can. I can't, so I'm just gonna do that. And there you have Roadbuster in his robot mode. Now, another thing I need to say is that Roadbuster's robot mode is really freaking awesome. As you can see, the overall design and mold of him, how he looks like, I guess there's more credit towards Michael Bay's, whatchamacallit, like robot designing team more than Hasbro, because I just like the mold him, like how he looks himself. Hasbro just copied them to make the figure, but really props to Michael Bay and, you know, Hasbro or whoever worked on this. It's a very nice looking robot design. He looks really like, he looks like a very quick killing, like mean person, you know. It's not mean like get out of my way. He's just like this bad in a good way. You know what I'm talking about. So overall, very nice looking. As you can see, there's a lot of design onto him. See all that detail on him. Here's like a motor thing. It makes him look even cooler. And just very nice design overall. And the design and the special, like, you know, these lines and mold makes him look even cooler. And one thing I really like about him is that he actually looks cool and stands correctly. There's some figures that really just can't stand. His feet are very firm and standable. Even though, despite his huge backpack, he can still balance very well. I mean, as you can see, he has this huge backpack on the back of him. But on the back, you can you know, see it really well. But if you go to the front, you can barely even notice it. And I think Hasbro did a very good job doing that and hiding it. That's a very, like, props to that. And if you want to, I choose not to, you can move this wheel down like that on both sides. I don't know, I just choose not to. There's like no, to me, there's like no really big point to it. But that's that. You can do that if you want to. There's the mech-tech ports right here and right here. And first time I saw his arms, I was like, what the freak? Why are they so lazy? You know, look at this. There's like this huge panel on the side of his hand. Don't get me wrong, his hand looks cool, but I was like, heck no. That's disgusting. That's ugly. But it really grew on me because, as you can see, his hand is in this really cool pose. He's like that or something. Looks really cool. And sort of looks like a blade on him now. And that just looks cool, you know. He's like a blade warrior. You know? So now I think that looks really awesome. You can put it on either side. I choose to put him on his left side. I don't know why. I just do it because it's awesome like that. Even though I'm a right-handed, you know. But it's just like that. Makes him look extra cool. There's like this gap in between right here. But makes him look extra cool. You can go like that. You know, look at you all mean and stuff. Past his thing. Super cool. So overall, I just think this robot mode looks really awesome. There's these nice designs on it throughout the cannons. As you can see, there's missiles in the cannon, fully loaded, ready to kill anyone. And it's just a great design overall. It's just a really nice mold. I'm just in love with the mold and how cool it looks. So you get a wide range of articulation. As you can see, his head is on the ball joint, so you get like a firm ball joints too, so you can go like anywhere. There's these things, you know, there's like these different joints over there, and then over here is like that, and then his arm moves like that, and then his elbow move too, and then his legs have hip movement and feet back and forth and knee movement, so you get a wide range of articulation. Bottom line, I really recommend this figure because it just looks really cool on its car form and its robot form. So overall, I think this is one of like the best figures. I really, really, really like it. This has been the TheTransviewer, and if you see this in stores, definitely pick them up because at least in my area, it's really hard to find. Okay, so that's it for this figure. Like, subscribe, comment, yeah, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video.